Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Mom donates kidney to daughter. Now they're graduating nursing school together. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Julie Provost. A mom donates a kidney to her daughter, and now they're graduating nursing school together. Sometimes a mama doesn't just give birth to her baby. She keeps giving lifelong after the umbilical cord is cut. She becomes the cord herself, becoming the lifeline, becoming the one who kneels low, opens her hands wide, and says with no hesitation, "Take what you need to live." That's the kind of woman Nija Butler is. Her daughter, Ambrielle Brown, has always dreamed of becoming a nurse. Healing was etched into her bones, stitched into her heart, but her body had other plans. When FSGS, a rare and stubborn kidney disease, struck, it put everything on hold. Her hopes, her health, her future. And isn't that the thing about dreams? Sometimes they feel buried before they even bloom. I remember the moment my legs just wouldn't move, Ambrielle said. I knew something was deeply wrong. And it was, that day marking the unraveling. Instead of graduation gowns and stethoscopes, she was hooked up to dialysis, up to 13 hours a day. Time turned into tubes and machines and long aching nights. Life shrank to survival. But Nija, oh this mama, was watching. She watched her daughter wilt and wear a brave face. She heard the tremble in her voice during one of those late-night phone calls. She wanted to give up, Nija remembers. She was tired of just being connected to a tube that her life revolved around. That kind of heartbreak makes a mother move. Doctors had already told Nija she probably wasn't a match for kidney donation. But what does probably mean to a mama? She got tested anyway, quietly, without telling her daughter. As parents, we always tell our children, we would die for you. And kids don't always understand that kind of love, Nija said. Her voice steady. I would have given anything for her to live. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, without a second thought. So when Ambrielle got the call, a new kidney was finally coming after 5 long years, she didn't expect what she heard next. It's me, Nija told her. Just 2 words, simple and life-giving. Like something out of a Book of Ruth. Where you go, I'll go. In March of 2023, the 2 underwent surgery, where Ambrielle received her mama's kidney. Life came back, color flushed into her face again, breath became easier, and the dream, it came out of hiding. Ambrielle went back to school, but she wasn't alone. Her mama enrolled too. For 16 months, they were each other's person. They passed notes, shared study guides, and leaned on each other through the chaos of clinicals and caffeine. In April 2025, 2 of them, donning white caps and gowns, walked across the stage in Baton Rouge. Hand in hand, heart in heart. I couldn't have done it without her, because nursing school is hard, Ambrielle, now 34, said. I'm happy that I was able to go through that milestone with her side by side. And side by side they remain. Ambrielle is stepping into the fire of the burn intensive care unit, ready to bring healing to those who feel like hope has burned to ash. Nija is using her hands and heart in a psychiatric facility, tending to souls the world often forgets. Together, they're living proof that life doesn't just come through biology. It comes through bravery, through love that bleeds and binds and breaks open to give. The story of second chances, of slow miracles, of a mother who said yes in every season. Yes to birth, yes to sacrifice, yes to sitting in the classroom beside the very girl she once rocked to sleep. If you listen close enough, you'll hear it. I'd do it all over again. Because love like this doesn't keep score, it keeps giving. And now, 2 nurses, one bound by blood, now bonded by grit and grace, walk into hospital rooms across Louisiana with more than credentials. They walk in carrying the weight of a story that says, don't give up, life comes again. Even when it's hard, even when it takes 5 years, even when it takes a mama saying, take my kidney, take my love, take all of me. And maybe that's how we should all really live again. John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Nurse with Caring Spirit says yes to dying mother's wish for her son, and it's beautiful. Written by Hallie Wells, read by Julie Provost. Steve Hartman and his two youngest children, Emmett and Meryl, returned to a story that Steve did 11 years ago about a nurse who fulfilled a dying mother's wish. The three teach a lesson in kindness as part of their Kindness 101 series. The featured word is mercy, and they connect that with compassion. Steve says that he's going to introduce his kids and all of us to a person who demonstrated mercy, almost to the point of being divine. From the archives of stories, Steve shares his conversations with two incredible women and the connection they made with one another. The first is Tricia Summers, who had been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and was recovering after a procedure at Pinnacle Health Hospital in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, when she met Tricia Seaman. Tricia, the patient, immediately felt Tricia, the nurse's genuine kindness and warmth. Tricia Summers said that meeting Nurse Seaman was as if someone had placed a warm blanket on her. In response, Tricia told Steve that she really loved her job. Over the years, she's been praised by many patients. However, no one has paid her a compliment like the single mother did after learning her cancer was terminal. At 45 years old and with an 8-year-old son, no family, and a terminal diagnosis, Tricia asked her nurse if she'd take her son Wesley. Without knowing this caring nurse beyond the hospital, she asked her if she would raise her son if she died. Obviously, she saw something incredible in Nurse Tricia Seaman, and that something gave her the courage to ask the most important question. After talking with her family, Tricia agreed to raise Wesley when the time came. However, that wasn't all that Tricia and her family did for the single mother and son. The Summers family welcomed Tricia and Wesley into their home, making it possible for the two to be together during those critical days, instead of her spending her remaining time in a nursing home. What a generous gift. Steve takes us to present day as he chats with Nurse Tricia and now 19-year-old Wesley. His mother has died, and Wesley has lived with Tricia and her family since then. Tricia shares that Wesley has grown up to be a fine young man, one that his mother would certainly be proud of. And Wesley says that he is now in college and considering a career in nursing. The two radiate joy, kindness, and love. Steve and Meryl wrap up with a reminder to practice mercy to those who are suffering and stay kind. Amidst so many negative images and programs on TV and in the news, what a great series. What a beautiful story. Therefore, as God-chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Colossians 3:12.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
I'm Billy Yancey, entrepreneur, fitness cowboy, father, retired Navy cornerback, and now podcast host. Listen to my new show, Billy and the Goat, on Life Audio. Happy listening.